Hi there, and welcome to this week's broadcast. I am super excited to share over the next several weeks short interviews with some of my students. Now, these are students who joined my mini course From Doodles to Dollars, and then they came into my signature program, the Pattern Design Academy. And I think you're going to be very inspired to hear about what they were doing before they learned about surface design and what they're doing a very short time after coming into my hashtag Anne's Universe. Without further ado, let's jump in to this week's interview. So Jane, first of all, good morning. Welcome. And you and I, as I said, are very close to each other because you're living in Walnut Creek. So have you always lived in Walnut Creek?
Oh, no. I was born in a little seaside town called Seaton in Devon in England.
Yeah, because you have a little teeny bit of a whisper of a British accent. And so I was curious if you if you might actually have been born over there.
Well, my English family think that is all gone, but
I bet they do.
I don't think I have an English accent. I was thinking the other day when I said butter, I thought, no, Jane, it's butter. It's so easily, when in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Exactly.
Well, no, I was born in England and was there until 1981. And now I'm an American and I live just outside of San Francisco, Walnut Creek. And I have been a teacher here teaching adults now for the last 35 years. Coming to America and finding out that I went to San Francisco and got my adult ed qualification. And so for the last 35, 40 years, I've taught adults here. And then I was blessed to be able to build this studio onto my house with some money from my mom and dad. And so I've taught everywhere, every store, everywhere, adult education. But in fact, teaching now in my own studio is lovely. So.
Oh my goodness, it must be absolutely lovely. So before we even go any further, I have to make sure that we're pointing out to everyone that the blouse you're wearing is one of your designs.
The tunic top, yeah.
Right? Is that just the most amazing? Look how gorgeous that flower is on your shoulder that is in the shot. It's like, wow, it's so beautiful.
So these are dahlias. You call them dahlias. We call them dahlias in England. And one of my students gave me 12 dahlias and I planted them. And so my pictures are magnificent. So then I drew them and then made them into spoonflower fabric. I want to know more about, when I send my fabric, my design up to spoonflower and the sample comes back and I think, is that the right color? I've got to go up again and change it. And then I get in a mess changing it in Illustrator. So, it's a learning curve. For goodness sake, I've only been doing it 6 months.
I know, you've only been doing it for 6 months and you're already wearing a tunic that has your designs on it. That is very impressive. That is very, very impressive.
My thrill is when my students buy it. And, you'll see in my Instagram, one of my student, Vicky, has just made a dress and Kathy made an apron for her sister. And they're gradually beginning to buy it, which is so exciting for me. So exciting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And so you do a lot of your sketching in your sketchbook, then you trace over it with a pen so that you can get a nice crisp line. Then you scan it into Adobe Illustrator. I love those motifs. So all of those are adorable and feel very Cape Cod-y and
that made this. So this is the collection that I did with my seashore.
It's
the mackerel boats, the pebbles on the seashore, the shells, the mackerel, the Devon ice cream.
It's beautiful. I love the chair, right? The chair that has the striped fabric, and then on the inside you did the cute little changing cabins.
Beach huts, yes. You do it a bit at a time until you can do it. And people say, oh, you can do all that. I say, well, anybody can do it. Keep going, keep pushing yourself just a little bit, not to stress and anxiety, but pushing yourself and doing what you can. Anne has created such an amazing place for you to gain a lot of knowledge. And it's just such fun.
So thank you, Jane.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.